I know that there's been a recent approval for you to have your own in-district charter school. That's been very innovative in the planning, and my entire career, 21 years of being in public education, I started my career at a pilot school that was created to compete with charter schools. And so saying that to say my entire career has been competing with charter schools, not hating charter schools, competing with charter schools. Charter schools brought an element to education of competition where your schools don't have to be the first choice of parents. I would say I have a collegial relationship with charter schools. Charter schools have our kids too. They have precious kids too. And I want our parents to choose our district. I want our parents to choose us because we are the better school. I want them to choose us because all of our teachers are certified and highly qualified, whereas in charter schools they don't have to be. I want parents to choose us because we have much more extracurricular activities and fine art activities, and we're going to publicize that. Part of the charter school movement is that charter schools are way better at PR than public schools are. And if we are to compete with them and be the first choice of our district, we have to publicize how fantastic we are. And we have to replicate the most attractive programs that are available to our students.
I'll sit here and tell everybody I believe in school choice. I do, but I don't believe in school choice to the point where it becomes detrimental for the school that I work in, period. I worked, like I said, in Houston ISD since 1997. We kind of consider charter schools friends. We had 36 charter schools that were open in Houston. About 18 of them have closed. I truly believe that what we have to do, and I shared this with the board during the first interview, is we have to make sure that we're customizing and we're offering programs in our school system that will make this school system become the school system of choice, right? And a lot of it is just based on perception. A lot of people have this negative perception, and at the end of the day, I went to some schools today. I saw some phenomenal things today. I saw some outstanding teaching taking place. I saw some motivated staff members. The principals that I spoke to, they were passionate. They said to me, I said, tell me what's one thing that you really love about your job, and what's one thing that you would need that would really allow for you to take this school to the next level. And, of course, they told me their passion in terms of why they want this job, but the common answer that came out was, we'd like to have more resources so we can do some unique things with our kids, so we can give our kids some of those practical experiences that they don't ever get to get. We don't have money, and we're constantly having to seek money from different people, and sometimes it's just really hard. But with the charter schools, they have a lot of that support. They have the funds to do some of those unique things, and it's up to us to make sure that we're putting some of those particular programs in place in our schools so that we're more competitive with the charter schools. And I think that we can do that. I think that a lot of it is what we can put in our plan as we engage the community.
I really want to tell you a little more about me. And I grew up not with a silver spoon in my mouth, not with a crystal stare. And that's given me a true appreciation and an ability to connect. One of my favorite poems is If by Rudyard Kipling. And one of the great lines says, can you walk with kings but not lose the common touch? And that is the trick to this job. You have to be able to relate to people. You have to be able to work with people. You have to be able to get folks to buy into what you're doing, whether they be a billion-dollar philanthropic organization or a local politician or the principal of a school or a very, very upset parent. Do you have the skills to de-escalate those situations? And that's what my experience has taught me. Those are the things that I've picked up, that I've learned, that go beyond a degree. It's because I've gained wisdom that a book can't teach. And I come from a family and I come from a background that makes me able to relate to lots of different people. And I truly thank you for this opportunity.
I want to share with all of you is, this is what you're going to get. All right, I may not be the most polished person. I may not have the most experience in terms of being a superintendent, but what I have is a heart. I genuinely care, and I'm here to make a difference. And I feel like if I'm given the opportunity, I'm not the type of person, I've been through too much in my life. As I said earlier, I don't intimidate easy, and we know that because when I went into that school and I was being protested against, I went in there and I stood strong, and I was able to work in a way where I convinced these people to become believers in the work that we were doing for their children. And I know that I'll be able to do that if I'm given this opportunity. I feel like I'm ready. I feel like I have a tremendous amount of experience working in Texas, which is basically its own union in itself, where we make our own decisions. And I needed to move to Baltimore County because I needed to get experience more on the national level. They were a part of the partnership consortium with Park. They are part of Common Core. We have unions. It's given me an opportunity to learn a lot in the 4 years that I'm pretty much would have been here in Baltimore County. And now I get to bring all of those rich experiences to a school system like this, a school system that's headed in the right direction, a school system where people are just wanting to make sure that we have a sense of hope, that we're not in a hopeless situation, and a school system where people can say, we finally have somebody who genuinely wants to be here, wants to build a consistency and some stability for our kids. Then I'm your person. I'm the person that can come here and do that. And